कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सप्तवत्यै नमो भक्ताविहीना अपराधदक्षे क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामि त्वां तत्पश्चात नित्यलीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर सतस्य श्रीमान भक्ति वेदांत शिवानंद श्रीमान शिवभक्ति प्रसिद्ध गुरु विष्णु एवं समस्त वैष्णव विष्णु के चरण कमलों में निरंतर आज महादासी व्रत और बामन
Is it okay like this? Is it okay? You can put it here. Today is very auspicious day. After many years, there is a coincidence that today is Mahadvadashi also. Yesterday it was Ekadashi and today is Mahadvadashi. But after many years, it is a coincidence, there is a special day that the Mahadvadashi is combined with Vaman Dvadashi. This time Ekadashi has covered the Dvadashi and Triyodashi. That is why this is called Mahadvadashi, because Ekadashi is touching Dvadashi also and Triyodashi also. This is a very auspicious day which comes after many years. If Ekadashi touches the Dashmi, we should leave it. We don't have to keep the Ekadashi, which that is called Abhidha Ekadashi, on which the Ekadashi is touching the Dashmi. But when the Ekadashi is touching Dvadashi and Triyodashi, it is a Mahadvadashi. Smart Brahman. Smart Brahman, they do not believe in Bidha Ekadashi. But according to Goswamis, according to the Vaishnava Siddhant, the Bidha Ekadashi is not auspicious. We should not keep Bidha Ekadashi. When the Ekadashi is touching the Dashmi Tithi, we should not keep that Ekadashi. Ekadashi is touching Mahadvadashi, we can keep that Dvadashi. If Ekadashi is touching Dashmi, then it is not to be kept. But when the Ekadashi is touching Dvadashi, it is auspicious. There are many examples in which there is appreciation about the Mahadvadashi. Draupadi in Mahabharata asks a question Draupadi asked the question that why there are so many difficulties in my life. She asked Vaishnav sannyasi that what is the reason that I have to suffer so much. I have got 5 good habits. Arjun was so powerful, and Arjun is such a powerful warrior. And Yudhishthir was also such a pure person. Bhim was also very powerful. Nakul and Sahadev were also very powerful. They all follow the rituals and Veda and Siddhant. So Draupadi asked the Vaishnav that although my husbands are very powerful, what is the reason that I have to suffer so much? That Rishi Muni, she asked the Rishi Muni about her life. Then Rishi Muni answered that once you have kept a Biddha Ekadashi. Biddha, what is Biddha Ekadashi? When Ekadashi is touching the Dashmi, that is a Biddha Ekadashi. So, due to this reason, the Draupadi has to suffer so much. So it has been explained in Hari Bhakti Villas. Karmi, Jnani, Yogi, everybody is following Ekadashi. The Bhakti, everybody, Mayavadi is also keeping Ekadashi. Mayavadi, they believe that they are Brahm. They say that Aham Brahmasmi. When they think that they are God. Then why the Mayavadis are keeping Ekadashi when they think that they are God? Then why they keep Ekadashi? From outwardly they say that we are God. They said Aham Brahmasmi. Then what is the reason they keep Ekadashi? If they are Bhagwan, then why they are keeping Ekadashi? Because Bhagwan will not keep Ekadashi. Bhagwan does not have to follow any rules and regulations. In temple also, when we keep Ekadashi or a fast, then we prepare delicious palatable food for Krishna. We don't keep the Ekadashi food for Krishna. In all the temples all over the world, there is no process, there is no rule in which the Krishna has to keep Ekadashi, because Ekadashi is for sadhak, it is not for Krishna. So Mayavadis, when they think that they are Brahm, then what is the reason that they are keeping Ekadashi? Because they are also, Mayavadis are also afraid. That is why they keep Ekadashi. Sometimes the non-believers of God, they also keep Ekadashi. Some people keep it for material benefits, some people keep it for spiritual benefits. But in Smart Vidhan, there is no Biddha Ekadashi. They only believe in Ekadashi. They don't believe that the Ekadashi touching Dashmi is inauspicious. That is why the Sant Mahatma told Draupadi that you have kept one Biddha Ekadashi. That is why you have to suffer so much. Your sons were killed, and you had such a suffering in your life. When there is a thorn that is pierced in your foot, then when the thorn is there in your foot, then you will have pain. Although you may take out a thorn from your foot, but then also the pain is there. Similarly, Draupadi has to suffer because of the Biddha Ekadashi. And the second incidence of Biddha Ekadashi is Sita Devi. Sita Devi also suffered a lot in her life. She also asked once to a Sant Mahatma that why she has to suffer. She married Ramchandra, and who is a greater husband than Sri Ramchandra? The Dhanurdhari Ramchandra. Sita Devi asked once that what is the reason? She also asked from a Sant Mahatma that what is the reason that I have to suffer so much? Since the day I got married, and till now, when she left her this material world, she has to suffer a lot. She got married, and soon after she has to leave Ayodhya along with her husband. On the day when she got married also, there was a fight. the Durvasa. Parshuram ji came to her wedding, and at the time when the Ramchandra ji broke that Dhanush, Parshuram ji came there and he had a fight with Lakshman ji and Ram ji. When Ram ji put the Pratyancha on the bow, then at that time Parshuram ji came there and he scolded Lakshman ji, and he was very angry. Parshuram was very angry. Parshuram ji scolded that what is the reason that who has broken the Dhanush which was given by my Gurudev, that was Shivji's Dhanush. Shivji has given that Dhanush to Parshuram. Parshuram ji killed the Kshatriyas in this material world for 21 times. At that time, Kshatriyas were very like demons. The Kshatriyas were like demons. That is why the Parshuram killed the Kshatriyas on this material world for 21 times. And after killing the Kshatriyas, he went back to the place and he was doing austerities. And at that time, Shivji gave him a Dhanush. Shivji told Parshuram that the Dhanush which he had, you can give it to two people, one Ravan and one Janak Maharaj. With the Dhanush which he killed 21 times the Kshatriya of this world, he gave that Dhanush to Janak Maharaj. Parshuram ji didn't give that Dhanush to Ravan. Ravan was also a disciple of Shivji, and the Janakji was also the disciple of Shivji. But Parshuram ji said that I will not give this Dhanush to Ravan, and I will not give this Dhanush to you, although you are my Guru Bhai, but I will not give this Dhanush to you. Then Shivji said, you can give this Dhanush to two people. The Parshuram opted for Janakji. If Ravan would have got that Dhanush, then the more people must have been got killed by that Dhanush. Janak Maharaj said that what will I do with this Dhanush? Janak Maharaj was Atmakam, self-satisfied. He said, I will keep this Dhanush and I'll take it as a prasad and I will not use that Dhanush for killing anybody. And that Dhanush was lying in the palace of Janak Maharaj and he was not using that Dhanush. And after Sita Devi appeared, he decided that whoever will put Pratencha on that bow, the rope of that bow will be able to get married to Sita Devi. As soon as that bow was, the Ramji took that bow and was trying to put the rope, that Dhanush broke. And after that, Parshuram came there and he was very angry, and he was angry that my Gurudev has given me this Dhanush and who has broken this Dhanush. And in Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsidas has written this beautifully that Lakshman ji is making fun of Parshuram during this talk. When the Lakshman ji was making fun of Parshuram, at that time Parshuram was getting angry more and more. When we get angry, then all the auspicious things in our life will go away. when we have come and clothes, that they are our enemies. In bhajan sadhan, that is a different thing. All our auspicious deeds are killed by this common growth. Material desires and the anger will ruin our auspicious deeds. The anger is like that. You should always keep anger beside, on one side. We should be able to control our anger. You should be able to control your calm and growth. Those who are not able to control their anger, they will destruct themselves also and the others also. The anger is like that only. The anger will kill you also and will kill the other person related to you also. It's like a fire. And repeat after the growth, when the person has an anger, then there is a repentance. So Lakshman was making fun of Parshuramji, and Parshuram was getting angry. As he was making fun, more and more fun, then the Parshuram was getting more and more angry. Parshuramji said that who has killed, who has broken this dhanush, who is responsible for breaking this dhanush? Bhagwan Ramchandra said that your servant has broken this dhanush. Your servant is standing in front of you only. So Ramji said that I have broken this dhanush. Parshuram said, who has killed it? Parshuram said, oh, what is your name? And Ramji said, my name is Ram. And how is it possible that you have broken my dhanush? Ramji said, your name is big, your name is Parshuram, and my name is Ram. So Ramji said that I have broken this dhanu, I am your servant. Shivji has already forecasted that only the God can break this dhanush and nobody else can break this dhanush. The Parshuramji said that okay, put the Pratyanja on this dhanush. Parshuram gave his own dhanush to Ramji and he said, put the rope on this bow and I will check whether you are God or not. When the Ramji put the rope on that bow, then Parshuramji realized that this is God, and he has put a arrow on the bow. And now Parshuram said that you have put an arrow on my bow, and now this arrow will not go waste. It has to have some aim. So Ramji said, now I have put the arrow on this bow, I have to put it somewhere. So Parshuram said, don't kill me. All the inauspicious feelings in me should be killed, and all the tapasya or austerity I have done, you should take away the austerities which I have done. And all the austerities of Parshuram was taken away by Ramji. And then again the Parshuram has to start the austerities from zero. So Sita Devi, right from the beginning, when she got married, there was difficulties in her life. The marriage day is very auspicious and it is the day of happiness, but on that day also the Sita Devi has to suffer a lot. In Hari Bhakti Vilas it has been written about the Sita Devi. There were a lot of difficulties in Sita Devi. There were a lot of difficulties in the life of Sita Devi. So what was the reason? Because Sita Devi has kept the Bitha Ekadashi. So in Hari Bhakti Vilas it has been written that you should never keep a Bitha Ekadashi. And the pure Ekadashi is to be followed, and there are rules and regulations. The Paran time should be followed. If you don't follow the Paran time, then also the Ekadashi will go waste. So it is very important that we keep a proper Ekadashi, and the Paran time should also be proper. Although there is no harm in not following the Paran time, but you will not get the proper results of Ekadashi. If Paran time is not followed, your Ekadashi will go waste. But there is no negative effect of not following the Paran. But if you follow the Bitha Ekadashi, there is a negative effect, and you should never follow Bitha Ekadashi. So after many years, there is a coincidence that Mahadwadashi has come. It is not every year that this Mahadwadashi will come. Always the Vaman Dwadashi is on the next day of the Ekadashi. Always we keep Ekadashi, and the next day we have keeping the Vaman Dwadashi. We do the Paran on Vaman Dwadashi. But this time, this has become a Vaman Dwadashi is a Mahadwadashi. We don't keep fast on Vaman Dwadashi because we have already done Ekadashi, then we will not keep the fast for Vaman Dev. And the Vaman Dev, we just do the puja of Vaman Dev. But this time, after 12-13 years, this Mahadwadashi has come on Vaman Dwadashi. So today is Mahadwadashi and Vaman Dev Avirbhav Tithi, and the another auspicious thing is that Jeev Goswami Ji's Avirbhav Tithi is also there today. So the combination of a lot of tithis together. So on this day, whoever will take birth or will leave his body is auspicious. If somebody is born on this date or somebody is leaving the body, it is auspicious. He can go to Vaikuntha. Although he may not have done bhajan, but he can go to Vaikuntha also. So today is Vaman Dev's Avirbhav Tithi. And the Gaudiya Tattvacharya Jeev Goswami Ji's Avirbhav Tithi is there. We will discuss about the Jeev Goswami, and when we discuss about Vaishnav's life, then it is very auspicious when we can go from the ropes of Maya. In Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the Jeev Goswami is a very prominent Acharya, and he is the savior of this Gaudiya Sampradaya, and the Gaudiya Sampradaya is flourishing because of Jeev Goswami, these Tattva and Siddhanta. Otherwise, if the Jeev Goswami wouldn't have been there, then the Sahajiyas would have taken over the Radha Krishna puja. The Radhakund Babaji also, they claim that they are Rupanok, and although they are Sahajiyas, but they claim to be the followers of Rupa Goswami. They all have the Seva Bhavna for Radharani, but the Babaji Sampradaya, but they talk about the Shuddha Bhakti, but they don't follow it. And you have to keep a notice on that Sahajiya Babajis and the Shuddha Bhakti Sampradaya. What is the difference between the Shuddha Bhakti and the Gaudiya Sampradaya and the Babaji Sampradayas? What is Sahajiya? So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada has written an article on this, and he has explained the Sahajiyas. What are Sahajiyas? There are two types of Sahajiyas. There is a Prakrit Sahajiya and the one is Prakrit Sahajiyas and the second is Shuddha Aprakrit Sahajiyas. Those Sahaj means easy. Those who get it very easily, it is called Sahaji. Sahaj, the English translation for Sahaj is easily. The Sahaja Gopi Prem, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had explained, he is very, in his article, in the beginning he is appreciating the Sahaji. He is explaining that the gopis which has a prem for Krishna is a Sahaj, easy. Sahaj is spontaneous, which comes naturally. The natural feelings which are coming in your heart is Sahaj. Whatever we are, the way we are from inside, we will express it outside also, which I am not, but artificially I am presenting. The Prakrit Sahajis are those who are actually not from inside. From inside they have calm growth, but from outside they are showing that they are gopis, which are Prakrit Sahajiyas. But gopis, which has a natural affection for Krishna, prem for Krishna, from inside, and they are showing it outside, is Aprakrit Sahajiyas. The artificial expression of the feelings of prem, which from inside is they are having calm growth, but from outside they are showing prem towards Krishna, is a Prakrit Sahajiya. Like Putna. Putna was very, from outside she was, from inside she was a demon, and artificially she presented a very beautiful form of a lady. From inside she has a demonic nature, but from externally she showed that she has a motherly affection for Krishna. But you cannot hide the feelings of your heart. It is a fact. The chal kapat, the deceiving nature was there in Putna, and which is also there in Prakrit Sahaj. Sahaj means the naturally, spontaneous. What I am from inside will come outside also, is expressed outside also. Just to show it to others and to deceive others, kapata, that is Prakrit Sahajiya, like Putna. Duplicacy or hypocrisy was there in Putna. The prem of Krishna, the prem of gopis towards Krishna is Sahajiya prem. That is Aprakrit Sahajiyas. They are Swarup Siddhas, and they are the embodiment of love. And they have a spontaneous affection towards Krishna. They don't cheat anybody. But for us, that prem is not coming spontaneously. So then they are doing it, pretending to be having love for Krishna. But by doing sadhan bhajan, that love and affection will come. But now, at present moment, the love and affection is not spontaneous. So we should not pretend it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji is explaining. What is the second thing? The first thing, that artificially they think that they are gopis. In the Prakrit Sahajiya, artificially think that they are doing seva of Radha Krishna. What is the definition of bhakti? Leaving all the upadhis and serving Krishna with the aprakrit indriyas. We cannot serve Krishna with the prakrit senses. From the material senses, we cannot serve Krishna. The first is Arup Siddha Bhakti.
में सेवा करें पहले भी होते जिसको आरोप सिद्ध
When we do seva of Krishna, that is Arup Siddha, then there is Sang Siddha.
शुद्ध भक्त के संग से जो सद्गुण आदि होते हैं
When you take the Sang of first Sadhu Sang and then the Sadgun are coming in you, that is known as Sang Siddha.
और फिर अनर्थ से निर्मुक्त होने पर सहानुभूति
And when we try to take out the anarths and we try to do bhakti after leaving all the anarths, and when we do bhakti leaving beside all the anarths, then it is a Swarup Siddha bhakti. So three types of bhakti is this Arup Siddha, Sang Siddha and Swarup Siddha bhakti. Arup is in which you are just imposing the bhakti. Sang Siddha is when you take Sang of a pure Vaishnava and that qualities are coming in you, that is Sang Siddha, and the Swarup Siddha is a spontaneous bhakti. Now we'll discuss about the Arup Siddha and Sang Siddha. What is Arup Siddha and Sang Siddha?
और एक आरोप सिद्ध संस्था के स्वाभाविक रूप में सहज
And the third one is spontaneous bhakti, Swarup Siddha.
सहजिया को पावन समुदाय लोग वो आर्टिफिशियल दिखा
But the Sahaji or Babaji,
तो नहीं
the Sahaji or Babaji
और
will have Arup Siddha bhakti.
नाम करते करते गए कृष्ण 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 बस मूर्छित हो जाए मूर्छा नहीं हुआ वो तो जानबूझ करके बस आंख बंद करके पड़े हुए
So in the Sahaji or Baba, the feelings are not natural. They pretend, and that is known as Arup Siddha bhakti. They will pretend that they are fainting by taking the name of Krishna, 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 and they'll faint. But actually, they are not fainting. If you hit them with a danda, and they will stand up immediately and they will run away.
बर्दाश्त ठाकुर
Once, example is there, Haridas Thakur ji was looking at Sapera, the snake charmer, and he was charming the snake, and the snake was moving. When Haridas Thakur ji saw that snake, and he was stimulated with the Leela of Kali Adaman Leela.
सभी लोगों के चरण स्पर्श कर दिए
And Haridas Thakur ji was having Ashtatvi Vikar after looking at that snake. Haridas Thakur ji was in ecstasy after looking at that snake.
वो हरिदास ठाकुर के प्रति बहुत ईर्ष्या रखते
So all the people surrounding were touching the feet of Haridas Thakur, and there was a Brahman who was looking at all these things. That Brahman was thinking that why these people are touching the feet of a Malay Muslim person, and I'm a Brahman and they should touch my feet, because the Brahman was thinking that I am more superior than Haridas Thakur because Haridas Thakur is Muslim. So he was thinking that people are touching the feet of a Muslim and they are not touching my feet because I am a Brahman. So he thought that I will also do the same thing what Haridas Thakur is doing. He was dance. He thought that I will also raise my hands and say Hare Krishna and I will faint. So he thought that people will touch my feet also if I'll do the same thing. So Brahman started doing Hare Krishna and he started dancing. And he was crying, the tears were rolling down from on his cheek. And that's the snake charmer. The snake charmer was looking at all these things, and he understood that he is a cheater and he is a Sahajiya. He understood. The example is that he was a Prakrit Sahajiya because he was pretending to be having a prem. Because of his own pratishtha, for his satisfying his ego, he was doing this. What the snake charmer did, he took a stick and he beat him, and that Brahman ran away. Sahajiyas, they only pretend to be having bhav and they are crying. When you have prem in your hridaya, ropanch kamprashu, that is a very high stage. Bhav Dasha. This is not an ordinary feeling. There are some people who will speak Hari Katha and they are crying. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji is saying, yes, it is true. Sometimes when you speak Hari Katha of Radha Krishna, the tears may flow from your eyes. But sometimes people to gather the Labh Pratishta, they sometimes cry while speaking Hari Katha. Because Gurudev has explained this in Jayavtaram many times.
तो सहजिया में की विशेष है लाभ पूजा प्रतिष्ठा आदि के लिए लोगों को दिखाते हैं.
So people all sometimes pretend to be a great devotee just to show it to everybody. So some people discuss few things which is beyond our adhikar. Sometimes some bhaktas explain the Radha Krishna's intimate leelas, which is not written in the Shastra, and they don't have any realization also. But they will speak big kathas on the Radha Krishna's leela, so just to attract people and to gain the respect from them. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji has written an article on Sahajiyas. They are all Prakrit Sahajiyas. And by doing so, their ego is boosted, and there is a fire. Already there are many desires, kam, krodh in our heart, and then by doing all these things, by pretending to be a great bhakt, they will all increase. If you put ghee on fire, that fire will increase. Already the desires are there in our heart, and if we pretend to be a great bhakt, already the desires are there in our heart, and the desires will increase. So when we speak Radha Krishna in intimate leela, that kam krodh will increase because it works like a ghee in a fire. The adhikari, the person who is right, can speak about the Radha Krishna's leela, but those who does not have adhikar, or those who does not have the standard, should not speak Harikatha. Some people may say that you also speak Harikatha about Radha Krishna. Maharaj is saying that I speak a little bit. Although Gurudev always said that you should not open the clothes. The Thakurji is wearing clothes and you should not open his clothes. You should not make him naked. Sometimes we speak Radha Krishna Leelas and intimate Leela. Sometimes in the hot weather we can put a dupatta and a dhoti, but it's not that every day we are making him half naked. Thakurji should wear a proper clothing, and that is a Shuddh Sadachar, Vaishnava etiquette. All these ras vichar and tattva katha should not be spoken every time. Sometimes it should be spoken, sometimes it should not be spoken. Only on few tithis the Radha Krishna intimate leelas are to be spoken. But daily we should not talk about Radha Krishna intimate leelas, Raha Leela Katha, and all this should not be explained in general public. Daily is not good. Gurudev used to get angry when the intimate leelas were spoken on a public platform. The Tattva Siddhant should be discussed more. Because a very expensive thing is kept in a secured place, in a locker. Sometimes when we have a gold or a diamond jewelry, it is not kept on the table, but it is to be kept in the locker. Like on the temple also, in the Thakurji has a golden ornament. Will not put it daily. Only on special dates, the Radharani and Krishna will be wearing gold ornaments, but not on the normal days. Daily we can put the gold ornament on the deities also.
विशेष teaching है. और
So on special day, the gold ornament and there, and we should be very cautious when the Radha Krishna are wearing gold ornament, so that the thief should not take away the ornaments.
उत्तराखंड
In Mathura, the Thakurji was sometimes wearing. In Mathura, the golden ornaments were being worn to the deities, to Gurudev.
हो जाने के बाद मुझे बात दे दो.
Gurudev used to say that when the gold ornaments are, deities are wearing gold ornaments, after some time the ornaments are taken out and they were given to Gurudev back so that they should be kept in safe. But there are very few days that the gold ornaments are being, the deities are wearing the gold ornament, not on the normal day. We are not even sadhak. The sadhaks are Bil Mangal Thakur. We are not. We are not even sadhak. We are sadhak abhas. What are the definition of sadhak, siddh, sadhak abhas? Why I am explaining? Because Jiva Goswami has explained this everything. What is the definition of a sadhak, siddh? So we are not even sadhak. We have to see the minute details of all this regarding bhakti. Jiva Goswami has explained everything. What are the symptoms of a siddh? What are the symptoms of a sadhak? Bil Mangal Thakur is sadhak. Bil Mangal Thakur has Sakshat Darshan of Thakurji. So if we think about it minutely, we are not even sadhak. Shraddha to asati is a sadhan bhakti. Then there is a bhava bhakti and a prem bhakti. And prem is not possible in this body. When the prem is there in this body, we will not be able to hold in this body. When there is a bhav, then also sadhak is not stable. And how is it possible that you are having kam krodh and you are having prem? When you go to Bengal, you can see a lot of sahajiyas. They are pretending to be the sadhak, they are pretending to be having prem. They are shouting ha gorang, ha gorang. They will do ha hu, after that doing ha gorang, ha gorang. So these are all prakrit sahajiyas. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when talked about against the Sahajiyas, these Sahajiyas become the enemy of Prabhupada. And the Brahmins, they become the enemy of Prabhupada. When the Prabhupada was explaining about the Prakrit Sahajiya and he was speaking truth, then the Prakrit Sahajiyas and Brahman thought that we will not be able to work till the Prabhupada is there, because when the truth is spoken, the people will not respect you. People thought that he is speaking too much of truth and he is revealing our reality to everybody, and people will not respect us. They were against Prabhupada. The Sahajiya said that Prabhupada is against us. When Prabhupada, they were against Prabhupada. Then they planned to kill Prabhupada. So Prakrit Sahajiyas and the Brahman, they both planned to kill Prabhupada because Prabhupada was speaking truth regarding the Prakrit Sahajiyas and Brahman. So Prakrit, they will speak about the Rahakeli Vilas, the Leelas. Neither we have right to speak, neither we have right to listen. When we speak these Leelas, then there is the Prakrit boy and girl feeling will come in these Leelas when we talk about Radha Krishna. When we talk about Radha Krishna Kunj Leelas, then the Rahakeli Leelas are discussed more. Then we will think like a normal boyfriend and girlfriend.
अथवा कृष्ण भावनामृत पढ़ते हैं मुझे उसको डांटते थे।
Those who used to read Govind Lilamrit and Krishna Bhavnamrit in front of Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, he used to scold them. The Gurudev used to scold them that you should not be able to digest all these leelas. Don't read all these leelas. You will think about Krishna and Radharani as an ordinary girl and boy. You will not be able to understand these Granth, Govind Lilamrit and Krishna Bhavnamrit. So the Gurudev cut Govind Leela Amrit. Once a brahmachari brought the Govind Leela Amrit and Gurudev put a seizure on that Govind Leela Amrit Granth. Akinchan Maharaj once brought Govind Leela Amrit. The Gurudev, he was reading Govind Leela Amrit. Gurudev came to know that he is reading Govind Leela Amrit. Gurudev came there and he beat the Akinchan Maharaj. So Gurudev used to stop everybody who was living these Rasik Granth. After Anarth Nivritti Bhav and then Prem Dasha, then only we have right to read all these Granth. So they will, till the time we are not have that adhikar, then these Granth will look like a Prakrit Granth and the Radha Krishna will look like a Prakrit girl and boy. The gopis' frame is calm and calm is prem, but in material world the calm and prem are different real. The calm is taken as a prem and they are the different terms and different definitions. So we should not discuss all these things and we will fall down if discuss more about Radha Krishna Leela. The reason for the downfall is the discussions of Radha Krishna's intimate Leelas and we should not do it. Sometimes on the special tithis, Radha Ashtami and all those tithis, we should discuss about all these leelas of Radha Krishna. Otherwise, we should not discuss. And the daily we are doing, then the calm records will come in your mind. The Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said the chode paka and the kathal. Have you ever eaten kathal? Kathal. When the kathal was small, kechude, kacha. The kathal, when the small is kechude. When the kathal will become big, you will not be. When the kathal is small, it is called kechad. And the kathal when will become big, you will be able to cook it. Otherwise, when the kathal is small, you cannot cook it. The seeds are also not properly grown. The kathal when is not grown properly, you will not be able to cook it. When the kathal will become big, then you will be able to cook it. Have you ever eaten kathal? Jackfruit. So jackfruit, when the small jackfruit, you cannot be able to cook it. When the jackfruit is big, you will be able to cook it. So when it is small, it is called kechada in Hindi. So when somebody tries to cook a small jackfruit, kechada, if you try to cook it, that will be destroyed. You will not be able to eat it, neither you will be able to cook it, nor you will be able to make a vegetable out of it. But similarly, when you are not overcome the kama, krodh, anger and lust and all these things, if lust and desires are there in your heart and then you're discussing about Radha Krishna Leela, then it is like that kechda, the unripened jackfruit, and even if you cook it, it will be useless. Only you have an ego that, oh, I know Ujjwal Neelmani, I know Govind Leelamrit. Only that thing will come in your mind. But you will not be able to do bhajan properly after reading all these granths, Ujjwal Neelmani and Govind Leelamrit. If the lust and desires are there in your heart, then nothing will come. But you will, there can be downfall. So eat that much only what you can digest. Don't eat too much. You won't be able to digest, and you will have a stomach ache also. If you have overeaten, then you will not be able to digest, and you will have a stomach ache also. There is a disturbance in stomach. So in Katha also similarly, you should listen that much that you can digest. You are a neophyte and you have just come in bhakti, and then you want to listen all the Ujjwal Neelmani and Govind Leelamrit Krishna Bhavnamrit Granth in a neophyte stage only. That is a khechda pakka, like unripened jackfruit. It has not properly become a kathal. Kathal or jackfruit is ripened, then only you can cook it and eat it. Although a kachada or ripened jackfruit is also that kathal only, but it is not called kathal till the time it grows. When it will grow, then only it will be called a jackfruit. Otherwise, when it is small, you cannot cook it. When if the unripened jackfruit you will try to cook it, then it will go waste. It is a wastage of time. That is why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is explaining that don't become a Prakrit Sahajiya. Go, when you reach the Bhavdasha, then you can discuss all these things. You can discuss the Rahkili Vilas Leelas of Radha Krishna, otherwise you won't be able to digest it. And your bhajan will be finished if you discuss it prematurely. You have just entered the bhakti world and you want to read Ujjwal Neelmani, and then you will boost to others that, oh, I have read Ujjwal Neelmani, and your ego will be boosted. But you have not done bhajan, and the lust and desires and anger is there in your heart, then it is useless. Go slowly, don't run fast. Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya, Anarthi Vistri, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti. Go slowly. Till the asakti, the sadhak is there, the sadhan bhakti is there. After asakti, the bhav will come, and then prem dasha. Even if you read about the bhav dasha or a prem dasha, what is the use? So it is better to read about Shraddha, Sadhu Sang and all those things. What is Sadhu Sang? What is the sadhu? What are the symptoms of sadhu? So all this should be discussed till the time anarth are there. The anarth nivritti you should read about anarth nivritti. Madhurya Kadamni should be read properly. Jaiv Dharam should be read. Jaiv Dharam is the topmost of the Granth. You should read it again and again. Gurudev read Jaiv Dharam 60 times. So Gurudev said that I have read it 60 times. Jaiv Dharam.
मूलतः समस्त ग्रंथ की
The Jayabdharam is the combination of all the Granth, and one should read Jayabdharam properly many times.
ज्यादा राधा कृष्ण की
And don't listen Radha Krishna's intimate leelas too much. Listen, don't disturb yourself, disturb your mind by all these leelas. Read Jayadharam and Madhurya Kadamani. So Jeev Goswami Path has explained all these things, and the Jeev Goswami has cut all the philosophies of Mayavadis and the Prakrit Sahajiyas and the Brahmans, smart Brahmans. With Tattva Siddhant, Jeev Goswami has cut all the philosophies of Prakrit Sahajiyas, which is the most prominent granth of Jeev Goswami. Shat Sandarbha is the most prominent granth of Jeev Goswami. Paramatma Sambandh, Jeev. Bhakti Sandarbh, Paramatma Sambandh, Bhagavad Sandarbh, all these granths should be read. The Gurudev has taught us 3 Sandarbh. Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj gave the classes, private classes of 3 Sandarbhs. From 3 to 4, Gurudev and few brahmacharis used to listen to Sandarbhs. The first Sandarbh we read from Gurudev was Tattva Sandarbh, Bhakti Sandarbh and Priti Sandarbh. So Priti Sandarbh was not completed, but the Tattva Sandarbh and when Gurudev was not well and Priti Sandarbh was left in half only. In 97 he has a heart problem. Then the Priti Sandarbh was left in half only. The Bhakti Sandarbh and Tattva Sandarbh was completely read by Gurudev, and we were taught Bhakti Sandarbh and Tattva Sandarbh, but Priti Sandarbh was left half. Gurudev has a heart problem. He went to Bombay. The Sandarbh should be read. So Jeev Goswami, just to save the Shuddha Bhakti, has given all these Sandarbhs. So in Hindi it is available. You should read Tattva Sandarbh. है श्यामलाल हकीम का भी है और उसका भी हरिरस शास्त्री, उसका अच्छा है, वेरी डिफिकल्ट. हरिरस शास्त्री. तत्व संदर्भ तो छोटा सा है. तत्व संदर्भ तो छोटा है. श्यामलाल हकीम का है. श्यामलाल हकीम का ले लो. हाँ वो इजी है. So there are 6 Sandarbhs: Krishna Sandarbh, Paramatma Sandarbh, Bhagavad Sandarbh, Tattva Sandarbh, Bhakti Sandarbh and Priti Sandarbh. Sandarbh means locker. When we keep your valuables in a locker, the Sandarbh is like a locker. And the another meaning of Sandarbh is in the village, earlier in the villages there was a pokhar. Pokhar is a small pond. So pond was very pure water was there in the pond. So there was a thick wall built beyond that pokhar. Pokhar is a small pond. In the villages the pokhar was built. What is the use of that pokhar or a small pond? That the gutter water will not go inside that pokhar, and the pokhar has a pure water, like you make a kund, like the small pond. So the kings used to make ponds the boundary is made around that pokhar or a pond, so that the pond should be saved from all the gutter water and all the dust.
रूप से बात किया कि उस भक्ति जो है स्वाध्याय से
So Rupa Goswami ji gave a lot of Siddhanta about the Vaishnava philosophies, and Jeev Goswami ji made a small big wall around that pokhar, like a wall is built around that pond. Jeev Goswami made a wall around the Vaishnava philosophies which were given by Rupa Goswami, so that the practice Sarjiya's philosophy should not interfere in the Vaishnava philosophies. The Jeev Goswami ji gave a Tattva Siddhanta, wall is like Tattva Siddhant wall was given to the Rasik Vichar of Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami ji gave the pure thoughts, Vaishnava philosophies regarding the pure bhakti and Ras Vichar, and Jeev Goswami made a thick wall around that Ras Vichar.
विचार के सुंदर के तत्व के द्वारा रस के द्वारा जो विचार करके दिखाया जैसे किसको भक्ति का
Jeev Goswami ji explained everything. What is bhakti? Rupa Goswami ji explained what is bhakti. Anya Vilashita Shunya Gyan Karmati Anavritam Anukulen Krishna Nishlam Bhakti Rotama. This slok has been written by Rupa Goswami. But what is the actual meaning of this slok was explained by Jeev Goswami. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in present times and the Jeev Goswami at that time explained the inner meaning of this slok, Anya Vilashita Shunya. Rupa Goswami gave this slok, but one word, each word was explained by Jeev Goswami. What is the real inner meaning of Jeev Goswami? He explained the inner meaning of these sloks of a pure bhakti. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur elaborately explained all the definition of pure bhakti and other definition given by the Rupa Goswami. Vyapti, Avyapti, Dosh, all these were explained by Jeev Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ji explained all the details about the slok. So he explained what is Anya Abhilasha. Everything was explained by Jeev Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What is the Avrit word, meaning of Avrit? What is Anavrit? What is the meaning of Anukulen? What is Anukulen? Why it has been given Krishna Bhakti has been explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ji and Jeev Goswami. But the Sarjiya's thing that they just talk about the prem, they don't talk about the pure bhakti. So everything was explained by Jeev Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ji. So we should understand and we should read this Sandarbh given by Jeev Goswami ji. If we don't read these Sandarbhs properly, then we will not be able to understand the philosophies. What is Preeti? What is Prem? What is Prem, Preeti? Although Prem and Preeti are synonyms, they are Praivachi, but there is a little bit difference. Preeti, what is the stage of Preeti? What is the stage of Prem? So just you talk about Radha Krishna and don't understand all these things, it will be useless. You should try to understand all these things. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and all these thoughts are very minutely you should understand everything.
आज के